Alright guys, so right now Nim's about to start the preparation to make a, what?
Indian or Kerala style beef curry.
Kerala style beef curry. It's not that regular beef curry, it's the Kerala style beef curry. Specifically from the Indian state of Kerala. Because a lot of regions don't eat beef, right?
Nope. Especially the North Indians, they don't touch beef because they worship cow as their god.
So how common is beef in India?
So for us South Indians is very common. We have beef farms and stuff like that, but North Indians, I don't even think they have anything related to beef at all, and pork.
So you heard that? So beef curry,
in general, no meat in North India.
Very unique, guys. So we're gonna show you a tutorial on how to do the beef. Well, I'm not showing you anything. Then we're gonna show you how to do an Indian style beef curry. I'm gonna sit back behind the camera and I'm gonna record. So right now we're doing a little bit of the prep. We're gonna head out, scoot over to my mom's real quick, grab something from there, and then we're gonna start the process. So right now, what do you got?
We are going to clean the beef and cut them into small pieces. So I usually wash it. That's how my dad does it. So that's how I learned how to do it. I don't know other people. This is a shoulder piece, or you can use either a shoulder piece or a chuck. It's pretty big. You always want some fat in beef because you always want that chewy texture. Not chewy, but not too firm texture for beef curry.
There's a lot of blood in here.
So we're gonna wash it up.
We're gonna wash it off because it was frozen, so we had it thaw out. So that's all the basically liquid coming out of the beef.
And I'm also a very huge person in using my own meat container, so I always separate my meat containers from anything else. I don't want to be sick with salmonella. So that's one thing. Let's cut these big boys open. And this is also
look at that, look at that.
Look at the juicy blood.
Oh, that's not, bro, leaking.
Oh yeah,
looking like a crime scene.
Ooh, if you like Dexter, it's a Dexter scene. Okay, so it's 2 big fat pieces. It's about like 4 pounds of meat in here. By the time it cooks, it will be even less. So I'm gonna wash it.
Don't be in the comments talking about, oh, the bacteria.
We wash it.
If you Caribbean, Indian, Hispanic, you know, every time you clean meat, it goes in the sink. You take some Clorox, you take whatever kind of cleaner, and you wash down the sink. You wipe down the sink. You cook, and you clean and sanitize your area. Enough with the BS.
We usually
because I know them. They're gonna be, oh, the blood in the sink. You're gonna spread bacteria all over the. Shut the fuck up. All right, there we go.
Okay, give me. I'm gonna throw this in a separate garbage bag.
All right, we're gonna take that out. Garbage is full.
We don't want anything to be laying around here, so we usually do separate bags for this. We're gonna take this out with the rest of the garbage. Wash my hand before we start prepping.
All right, so as you can see, we got the beef in the bowl.
For this, we don't wash it with salt or vinegar or baking soda like we wash and clean prep chicken. We just wash it with water and that's it, because you don't want to add any content to the beef to dilute the texture or the taste of it. So we just rinse, just get the blood out of here. One rinse, see how it's bloody, and second rinse. All we want to do is get the blood out of the beef. That's only our
So you see, washing all that blood off. Get it nice and clean.
Nice and clean, big pieces, very nice.
You gonna hit it with the vinegar and the lime?
No, we were not gonna do anything to it. we don't wash beef the way we wash chicken.
You heard that? No lime, no vinegar.
No nothing. I know a lot of people don't even wash beef. Some people like the texture of blood in there when you cook, but I really don't like it, so I wash it.
All right, so I got the beef nice and clean.
And now we're gonna cut this into small cubes. So we're almost done cutting. We want cubes of 1/4 inches each, like these. So it's easier to cook and it doesn't take way too long for it to actually cook through the whole entire beef. Because this preparation actually takes more than like 3 hours. So if you don't have time to make it, guys, don't. So we're gonna finish up the last few pieces. Look how juicy the meat is. It's so bright and like tender in there. Look at that. Look at the pieces. So nice. Always keep the fat. Never trim the fat in the beef. We want the fat. So when we buy the meat, try to get 90-10 so the fat is inside, because you don't want 96.4 or you don't want 93.7. You always want anything with higher fat for the beef, or it won't taste good because you want it to be like very fatty. So this is a very fatty curry. See, we're done with, so it's like a finger size of the beef. It's gonna shrink once it starts cooking. So this is all good. We're gonna transfer this into our beef bowl and then start marination process. This is my beef curry spices. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. It's not all of it, but most of the important ones. Fennel seeds, black pepper. This is called Kashmiri chili. It's extremely spicy, so I have to be careful of how much I put this. Dry chili, this is coriander, this is cloves, and this is garam masala. So this is garam masala is usually a blend of spices we make. I do not make the spices at home. I just buy the bags of garam masala. Usually a lot of people will make it from scratch. It's a lot of work, but I take the easy way out in this thing. But this is 30% of the spices we're gonna use. I have more, I'll show you once we start the video. So this is our cute spice cabinet. All of our spices are here. It's all labeled, and we use this for everything. And there's some up here that's also only for Indian food. So we have cumin seeds. Star anise is very common in our fennel seeds. Fenugreek, and also mustard seeds. These are very common in all our recipes. So these are also gonna go in our beef curry. Most important thing, coconut oil. We do not use olive oil for beef curry. It's always coconut oil or vegetable oil. So this is chili powder from India. When my dad went back home, he bought me some chili powder. This is actually chili dried and grinded up into powder. So it's really fresh and it's straight out of Kerala. So I love this chili powder. It doesn't give me a heartburn. It doesn't give me stomach problems. So I usually use just chili powder when we cook for us. So we're marinating. We're gonna do 2 heaping scoops, a little bit more, 2 heaping scoops of chili powder, and 1 tablespoon so-called turmeric powder. That's about it. That's all you want. Now we're gonna go in and mix this up. So we're gonna go in and try to get everything in the beef. See how it's all coming together with the chili? You could smell the chili. It's so good. It smells so good. See this? Once all the pieces are fully covered with the chili and turmeric, we're gonna let this sit for at least 30 minutes. So we are completely covered in chili powder and turmeric. We don't put salt now because salt is usually added when we do the cooking process. So we don't want to add salt in the beginning. It's not going to stick to the meat. You always want to add salt at the end.
All right, YouTube. So we're back in the kitchen. Ran some errands. I got a new lens. Picked it up from my mom's house. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I had 11, so now we have the 18 millimeter. We had to get some curry leaves and what else?
We needed ginger, some tomatoes, and some curry leaves. I don't know if anyone knows this. This is like specific to like Kerala spices. So it's very tiny and like it doesn't have much flavor to it. It's just it gives you a very nice scent to the food. That's curry leaves. And I prepared everything that we would use for the beef. So 4 onions, 3 tomatoes, 2 shallots, a piece of ginger, 3 cloves of garlic, 4 small chilies. And then we have all the spices ready. So coconut oil, cinnamon sticks, bay leaf, cardamom pods, black pepper, salt, ginger paste, garlic paste, fennel seeds, mustard seeds, garam masala, and coriander powder, along with my Indian spices that we're gonna use. And this is something that only South Indians use. This is coconut pieces that are cut from the coconut itself. So it's fresh, and it was supposed to be fresh, but it's been in the freezer for like almost a month and a half. But yes. And we have our beef marinated. Smells so good.
Nice and red, that is.
It's nice and red. It has chili powder and turmeric. That's all it is.
Alright, so
now we're gonna do 1 teaspoon of garlic paste, and 1 teaspoon of ginger paste. Mix it in here. Let it sit for a few minutes, and then we're gonna start cutting and chopping all of these. And then I'll come back to you guys after everything's clean and cut. So guys, this is the worst part about making the beef, cutting the onions. It is the worst. You cry. It's nature's way of telling you karma is a bitch. So usually when I cut onions, I always have the exhaust fan on. When you have the exhaust fan on, it actually helps you with the enzymes of the onion, and you don't cry. Since we're recording, we can't do that, but give that a try. Have the exhaust fan on, do it right under it. You won't be crying. Otherwise, you'll be shedding tears, like I'm already starting to. We're gonna shred some garlic so we get the maximum taste out of it. Make sure you don't shred your hand, so it's gonna be like this, which is gonna have more flavor rather than just cutting and chopping them into pieces. Usually I have a garlic paste, but I like to use fresh garlic for a little bit more better scent and better taste. We will use some paste for our mixture, but this is for the masala itself. So I'm just shredding some garlic. We're gonna do the same with the ginger. We do the same thing with the ginger. We're gonna make that into a ginger paste. So we are grating the ginger into smaller, finer pieces. We used almost a ginger clove, like the whole piece of ginger. Ginger is one of the most important, I don't know if it's a spice, I don't know if it's a vegetable. No, I'm not even, I have no idea. In a beef curry, ginger and garlic, the most important thing. So we're gonna make that into small, fine paste. Look, so this is the spices that we're gonna use. So this is a half a tablespoon of fennel seeds. We're gonna use half a tablespoon of mustard seeds. We're gonna use 6 to 7 cardamom pods, 4 cinnamon sticks, 6 to 7 cloves, 5 to 6 chili, dried chili, and 5 to 6 bay leaves. Also, this is a mixture of spices, so it has coriander powder, black pepper, Kashmiri chili, garam masala, and we're gonna put this and roast this spices up before we even add anything else in there. We also have our vegetables cut up. So we have our tomatoes, 3 tomatoes cubed into fine pieces. We have the 4 onions cut up. We have shallots, 2 shallots. I was gonna use 4 of the chili pepper, but as soon as I started cutting, I smelled it and it's gonna be too strong of the spice, so I just cut it down to 2 so we could have a better night tomorrow. I already mashed up the garlic, and this is the ginger. So ginger and garlic. So everything's ready. At the end, we're gonna use a couple of the curry leaves and then the coconut pieces. So this is my new pan. I'm gonna test it out. We tested it out before with some chicken curry, but now let's try to test it out for beef curry. So the pan's getting hot. We're gonna do big heaping spoon of coconut oil. So a lot. We're gonna do a lot of coconut oil. So the recipe calls for like 3 tablespoons. A lot. Okay, so that's about it. We're gonna do that much. My hands are clean. Now we're gonna see the coconut oil gonna start getting a little hot. Lower the temperature. Put some mustard seeds in it. Half a tablespoon of mustard seeds. A little bit. We just want to let it crack. Fennel seeds. Oops. Okay. Oops. So we're gonna saute all of this. Make sure it's really nice and cooked through. Turn off the wet. See how the mustard seed's starting to pop? We want to make sure it pops, sizzling. I'm gonna up the temperature a bit. See how this is turning color? You want it to be very nice and roasted. The coconut oil, you could smell the coconut oil. So that's why we use coconut oil instead of olive oil. The smell of it is super aromatic. And also you have to keep on stirring it. We don't want anything to burn. That's the main part of cooking beef and chicken. Especially, you don't want any of the spices to burn, and it will burn very quick. So once this looks a little bit roasted, what we're gonna do is add in the onions that we already have cut up, the garlic, the ginger, and the shallots. And we're gonna saute this until the onion turns brown. See how the onion is starting to brown up? As soon as it starts to brown up a little bit, we're gonna add the tomatoes that are cut up. And then we're gonna mix that in. And continue stirring until the tomato and the onion is super brown. So we have the onion sauteed with all the masalas. It looks so nice and it's so aromatic. The whole entire house smells like food now, right guys? But now we're gonna put in all the dry spices, and then we're gonna cook the spices before we add into any of the onions. So we have to make sure these spices are not raw before adding into onions. So we just for like a minute or two, make sure the spices are cooked. And you see, can you smell the coriander powder coming out of the spices? Yeah, so nice. So see how it's coming out like right over here? It's not raw anymore. It's like a little bit fried. You want to fry the spices.
Alright guys, so after an hour of prep, Nim is finally about to put the beef in the pot. So let's see what she got going.
Okay, so the whole entire beef is marinated. It has chili powder, turmeric, garlic, and ginger paste. I'm gonna put the whole entire thing into the masala that we made. Just dump it in there, guys. Just dump it in there. That's it. And then mix it in a little bit. We're gonna mix the whole thing in a little bit.
Look at that beef, guys. Look how
juicy the beef.
Look at the color.
So nice.
It's like 1,000 spices in there.
And the whole entire place smells like Indian food now. Beef curry with the aroma. See this? So the whole entire beef is covered with all the spices. Now what we're gonna do is put it together in the middle. I'm going to use some hot water that we already boiled. Pour it smack in the middle. And pour some in the sides. And I'm gonna let it cook. So we are completely done with our beef curry. It is nice and tender. All the masalas on the beef. It is super thick.
Let me see that. Pick a piece.
So look at that. Look at that piece.
Juicy, tender.
So juicy, so tender. So the masala has gone into every single piece of the beef in there. So it smells so good. And we did give it a taste test. It tasted so good. I added a little bit more salt to tweak my tasting for salt. But other than that, it is so freaking good, guys. You guys have to try this.
Yeah, so we're gonna basically plate it. We have some naan. We're gonna put garlic naan with it. And yeah, I'm getting ready to eat, man. I'm hungry. Last time I ate was, what, like 5 o'clock. I had half a sandwich. So.
And now we're gonna make some naan. It's from Deep Kitchen. They're really good, guys. The macros are really good. So it's gonna be garlic naan and some beef curry today.